So when you think about growing your business, you think immediately SEO. This is something that I've heard thrown out in so many networking events and so many conversations with business owners. And if you're a pool guy and you've been building pools for a while and you're getting into the internet space or you're just starting up your business, like you're ready to go, SEO is going to be a huge piece, you might think. I've been doing marketing for a long time, building websites. I started my own personal brand, and at one point I was doing over 500,000 impressions from Google per month. What I learned is that SEO was really easy when you created things that educated people on questions that they had. Really easy. What's harder is for companies like you to create content and rank in SEO. And SEO is kind of going away. And so the point of this video is to do my hot take, like who the fuck am I, like whatever, but my hot take on SEO for your business and if you should be leaning into it or not, and offer a few suggestions of things you can do differently. So let's get right into it. The first thing here that you need to understand is SEO means search engine optimization, okay? Search engine optimization. Do you know what a search engine is? Search engine is things like Google, and pretty much Google. Like Google's the one everyone's using. So search engine optimization. And what you're doing with SEO is you're optimizing your website for search engines, okay? Just keep up with me. I know you build stuff for a living. So you're optimizing your website, optimize for search engines, Google. Now, I just want to present a hot take here. I'm not using Google as much anymore. And I don't know about you, but I would imagine you're not either. And I would imagine if you looked over the shoulder of somebody in the airport, they're not either. Google still has a place. Google owns YouTube, and it's not going to go away. But everyone is starting to use other things to search. It took a little bit for me personally to get out of this habit, but guess what? I really like just having a list typed right up for me when I ask a question. It's so nice. What everyone's doing, everyone's switching over to GPT or LLMs, language learning modules, I think, whatever. LLMs, GPT, Claude, Gemini, all of those. Everyone's using these things to search now. So instead, I could Google, what is this bump on my arm? And then I'd have to kind of look at pictures. I'd have to read different articles. Like that sucks. That's old school. It's not 2025, right? That's not how that works. So now I can take a picture and say, what is this bump on my arm? And it's going to give me like 3 or 4 recommendations. Okay. That's one use for it. Another use, guess what? What is a good company to build my pool? Right? Have you guys searched this yet? You're asking it, what's a good company for me? Are you showing up? You spend all this time optimizing your website for Google, but people aren't even there anymore. Like, look, they are, but you got to be smart. You've got to see the trends. Are people going to stay on Google forever? No, probably not. Now, I need to stay tight on these things. You're fucking wasting your time and money if you're pouring a lot of time and energy into search engine optimization, because in my hot opinion, it's going away. But that doesn't mean stop doing what you're doing. I think you just need to alternate what you're doing, because AI is pulling from Google for these recommendations, okay? So when you ask GPT a question, it can't just shit out the answer. Like, it's gonna go and it's gonna look at YouTube and Yelp and blog posts and Google and all of these things to come up with a list, an idea, and then it's gonna formulate its own opinion and give it back to you, the happy guy who didn't have to do all of this. This is what we used to do. Top 5 articles, best in class, like all of these things. We used to do all this. But now we just, hey, what is this? It does the research, it presents you the options, and then you pick your favorite. You guys would be absolutely blown away with how many businesses I've talked to in the last week alone that have gotten new clients, like especially a coach that I work with, has got new clients from GPT recommending him. They go on, business owner says, hey, what's a good business coach for me? They're not searching business coach, they're asking their mentor, their friend, their GPT, which is all those things, what's a good coach for me? And then guess who's coming up? Like a few options, and they narrow it down themselves. That's what people want. And so what this is doing here, what this robot is doing, is it's replacing all of this bullshit that we used to have to do. And it's just presenting us with a few answers, okay? So there is a play here. You still need to show up over here as it's formulating, as it's pulling information to present your customer and put you potentially on the list of best choices. But the way that you do it for Google and the way that you do it for an LLM is going to be a little bit different, because Google is based on like a bunch of different things, but content isn't always the thing. Content isn't always the big thing. And what people are starting to shift to, instead of SEO, it's starting to become SCO, search content optimization. And you're like, okay, dude, Mr. Content Guy, like, of course, look, I don't give a fuck what you do. If you do this and run with it, or you stay over here, I'm good. Like, I do not care. I do not have a boat in this race. But what I'm telling you is, as everybody and their moms starts playing around with ChatGPT and creating bullshit captions and bullshit blog posts and AI created websites and AI created videos and all of this bullshit, it's great. It's helpful. It's an amazing tool. Like, I am not mad about it. But it's creating noise. There's a lot of noise because the barrier to entry to be helpful or have a blog post or have a website is going down. And so what happens when that happens is it's just flooded. Like, let's think back to directory sites or directory pages like Yelp, things like that. Early internet days, it was pretty fucking hard to build a good directory site. And so businesses would pay $50 to $100 a month to be on the directory site. Customers would go to this site to find it because it was harder. You couldn't just type in a business and have it pull up. You'd have to go to a business directory and search in there. And then people are paying for spots. Like, that went away. That went away really quickly, right? Because it got very easy for people to create things like that. Like, it just got so diluted. And what's happening on the internet right now, websites can be done in 5 minutes with Wix, and now they're being done even faster and worse, in my opinion, when people are doing thoughtless AI generated content. Like, we are humans and we want connection and we want to feel connected. We want to feel understood and we want to work with people that we trust. And so this whole move of AI is wonderful, but it's replacing the human aspect of why we use social media, why we read blog posts and all of that, because we want to be guided by somebody. We want to trust somebody and we want their expertise on recommendations. I know this is long-winded, but keep up. As we start to run into more and more bullshit out there, we're going to be more weary of who we trust. And so back to what I was saying, content is the thing here that separates that. Because with content, real content, like I'm talking real content like this, like maybe this video is not as short and to the point as it should be if AI did it or if I did an AI generated video, but this is real. Like, this is me. I'm a guy. I've done these things. Like, I feel like there's more trust built here than if all my brand did was put out bullshit AI helpful videos. Like, it's stupid. You have to keep your free thinking content. And I'm just going to put BS, okay? Because again, I don't think it's bad. I think people are stupid that are using it. Like, the way people use it is stupid, but I'll rest my case. With content, you have a real connection from a real person who is an expert, who knows what they're talking about, who has experience. Okay? Now, I promise at the end, I'm going to tie this knot together and you're going to be like, oh my God, this is crazy. I never thought of it this way. This is what you get from content. And with this bullshit right now is it's not thoughtful. It's generic with no connection. questionable experience or reliability, okay, it's just not like, it's not really there, because when you think about it, we've got, okay, I want to go on another tangent. Like, this is a good topic for me. I love it, but I need to tie this up first, okay? Where do you think AI wants to pull from to present real, genuine, helpful recommendations? Because think about this, for AI, like, if it gave you recommendations that were not helpful, you wouldn't be using it, but it is helpful. And how is it formulating those? It's not pulling from other AI generated content to make these recommendations, because with AI generated content, it's questionable. You need to fact check it. Like, there's all these pieces there. And if ChatGPT was just learning from ChatGPT, it would be learning in circles, if that makes sense. Like, there's no progression, there's no thought-provoking, like thought leadership or anything like that. It's literally just learning from regurgitations of itself, and it just goes in a circle. And you've probably run into that where you get fucking pissed off, you're yelling at your computer because ChatGPT is not listening to you, right? Because it just goes in circles. Like, it pulls from your previous conversation, applies those things, and boo, 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 boo. What it needs to pull from is authentic content here. It needs to pull from expertise, who actually know their shit and have experience, because without these pieces, whatever it's recommending or whatever it's doing has no merit. It has no substance to it. Because if it was pulling from this, it wouldn't be very good. And so my hot take is that AI is going to keep growing, and it's going to keep making our lives easier, but it's going to need thought leadership to function. It's going to need a content machine of experts who know their stuff, feeding it so it can learn from them and constantly improve your customers' lives. And in a perfect world, it's going to give credit to you because you're the one it's getting the information from. Does that make sense? Like, you're the trusted source. You're the knowledgeable person. So it's pulling this information from you. So quit wasting your time on SEO, okay? You're trying to please the wrong thing with SEO. What you should be focusing on instead is search content optimization. This is a similar thing. You're not stopping doing something. You're just changing the way that you've been doing something so that AI can see you as an expert and you can be more trusted. And you're like, well, how do I do that? Okay. This is from They Ask You Answer, Marcus Sheridan, very smart guy. Love the content. This is what helped me build my BMX brand in like years ago, 5 years ago, okay, is you want to answer frequently asked questions that people have. You want to break false beliefs that people have. And you want to share more about how you do things and why you do things. Okay? These are the three categories. When we go out and film a client or we send you content to film, we're hitting on frequently asked questions, false beliefs, how and why. And you need to be bold when you're answering these. Like, people don't want generic cookie cutter responses. They want to know your opinion, your expertise. I just think long and hard about anybody who has blown up or anybody you watch. You watch the news people that talk about their opinions on sports. You watch YouTube about the opinionated person. They have opinions, and so do you. And so you need to be bold in how you're sharing those things. Like, hey, so-and-so asked me this earlier, or I get asked this all the time. And a lot of people think this, but actually here's the real deal. Like, treat this like your customers, because these are things that people are typing into GPT. These are things that give you credibility. These are things that give you more credibility. So you have all this opportunity to show up in front of people and have AI pull from you. Now, video, authentic video, being on camera is the hardest thing for AI to duplicate. It can, and it does really well. But where is it pulling the education from? Like the actual learning part of it, it can't completely yet, this might change, completely like teach stuff with a human touch and without going in circles. And so you can still show up that way. As AI gives recommendations, it's going to be pulling from your knowledge, your information, and recommending you to businesses essentially. Like, you need to be seen as the trusted expert, and this is how you do that. So SEO is the old way. Like, it's going away. It's not, people aren't using search engines anymore. So optimizing for search engines is kind of a waste of time. It would be like spending money on the yellow pages right now. Nobody's looking at it. Like, I'm sure they're still out there, but I haven't looked at one ever. I'm younger, I guess, but I haven't ever looked at one. SEO is kind of the same way. You need to be investing that time, energy, and experience into things that are kind of the newer SEO. So this is my hot take. I'm curious what you guys think in the comments. Like, have you been using AI, and what do you think? Like, maybe I'm some dumb old guy just babbling here. I don't know. Love to hear what you guys think. We do a lot of videos like this on this channel, so check those out. Can't wait to hear your thoughts.